Good morning, 10%ers. This is Michael at Trading Escapes. You can find us at tradingescapes.com. It is Thursday, December 27th, 2018. It is December of discipline. We are trading our beta name stock AMD throughout the course of December so we can solidify building a plan, instituting our strategy, and documenting and coming up with rules and ways that we will successfully build a trading system. So that's what it's all about, and that's what we've been doing. If you've been following us, you realize that. And we usually been trading. The goal is to take one trade a day, possibly two. We're up approximately $600 on the month, taking small size relative to a count or possibility. And we're ready to get started these last 3 days of December, last 3 days of 2018. We've got about 5 minutes to the bell. We'll be right back so we can get this rolling. Hope everybody's doing good today, looking to get into the 10%. And there's the bell. As we do every morning, we're just looking to mark off our levels. Big pull to the downside. $48 is our top. We'll see if these last couple days, this holiday season, we have any true volatility here. So kind of pulled down to pre-market lows. And it's making a rally to the upside now. $76. $76 levels the runner. Looks like we're got 20 seconds left in this candle. Again, a runner. A runner is, we pulled that 50 cents range within 2 candles. Unless we have a huge surge to the upside, doesn't look like that's going to happen. And it fails, relaxes. I'm going to set an alert at the top there at 76. So opened in the morning, pulled down, kind of bounced off the pre-market low, pulled back up. Let's set our top here. Sixteen's our trigger. Getting kind of close to, well, now it's relaxing a little bit. Putting in some nice candles this morning though. We have these daily ranges here again. Obviously have some resistance probably coming in right there. Just interesting to note. Alright, so we have our bottom right here, which has our trigger at 76. We have our top right here, which has our trigger at 16. Put in a nice red candle there. Excuse me. Still just a little bit under the weather. It's just lingering. This white bar over here is, we refer to it as a strength bar. It is just basically a way to measure how much distance we have between the 9 and the 20. Is we have some run down or run up. So you can see there's no strength in any of this right now. I mean, look how far away. There's nothing going on. Nine and 20 are basically just trading right, levels are right with each other. Nice slow morning. All you guys have big New Year's Eve plans. I think it's going to be quiet here. Nashville usually has a big fireworks display and stuff downtown, but I don't think we'll venture out this year. It's a bit of a mess. Looks like we're sort of consolidating right now. I'm gonna actually, just to save time this morning, I'm gonna put everybody on pause. Just wait until we get, somewhere. Basically we're trading right in the middle, and we're right at the open almost. So I'm just gonna pause for a little bit until we get closer to one side or the other, whether we're gonna have a go bull or bear this morning. Be right back. So we put in a big green candle, which moved us up to the upside, within 6 cents of our trigger. So go ahead and resume here. And a big pullback to the 9. It's not what I like to see. I would have loved for us to trigger and then have that pullback so we could enter. So this will be interesting now. Yeah, it would have been perfect for the scenario for this to have been a trigger, this to be the pullback, have an entry here, and then see if we can have a pull up to hit our profit target. High of yesterday was 91. The reason that's interesting is just looking if it can pull back up to the high of yesterday at 91, we would have to have a more than a 10-cent pullback entry for us to get to that, hit our profit target. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I probably should have took some medicine this morning, but so we're just stuck in the grind here. Consolidated this morning, had a little pull up, consolidated, pull back. Now definitely consolidating right now. You know, it's tough as you're watching, you know, when you're trading systematically. I don't want to say quantitatively because that's we're light years away from that, but just a little less non-discretionary. You know, there's other opportunities within these charts to say, okay, we're going to get in here, we're going to get in there, but that, you know, that doesn't follow the plan. So that's when I say 90% of the work is already done before you open up the chart in the morning. That's what I'm speaking of. If you have two different strategies and you know you've traded one strategy and you know that strategy works, let's say 60% of the time, according to your back testing, your history analysis. Well, how many times are you going to trade it in a month, right? And let's say you have two active strategies that you're currently looking at. How many times are you going to trade each one in a month? Because if you don't give them enough opportunity to win and lose, so it basically boils the winners to the top, then you're not really trading a plan. Yeah, the strategy works. It works 60% of the time. That's great. But you could take 5 trades on it that month, and those 5 trades fall into losing 40%. All right, so we relaxed. We have another pullback. Now we've dived down towards the 20. I'm going to go ahead and pause for a minute, and we'll be back once this thing is going a direction, or it's pulling back up. And then we do have to keep an eye on it. So we've put in a new high. We need to move this up. We hit that high at 74, which moves our trigger to 24. trading this strategy can lull you to sleep after a while, so you have to be careful and vigilant and make sure that you're constantly watching those levels. I believe this month we have had trades where I didn't move just like that. I didn't readjust that level, and then I got into a trade as it broke the trigger, which technically wasn't the trigger, and it was a loser. So. Yeah, we're just seeing a little bit of a lack of volatility out of AMD this morning, which is not, it's not really surprising. So, given what's going on in the market. But we're fine with that. In this strategy, it can move slow, it can move fast. It doesn't really matter to us. So what matters to us is the move itself. The stock, consistently, if it puts in a move 50 cents in one direction, if we can get a little bit of a pullback on that range, we generally can see an additional 30-cent move in that direction. And that's basically the strategy. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's all we're really doing. Probably the biggest weakness of this is the fact that you can look at it from a percentage standpoint. So this is an X price stock. It's going to move X percentage. I would say it's probably a 1% move, but it's kind of tough. It's a little bit individualized per stock. Like we can look at this, and on MU it tends to be about the same. See what kind of move we put on this. 30. So 73. So right there would have been our trigger. We would have triggered in this candle. We had a pullback below the trigger back towards the 9. Could have got it, jumped in there, and it's ran up to, let's just say we get in at 70. So it's ran up, 45 cents. It's the same strategy. MU obviously would have been a winner this morning if we would have traded the strategy on that. Again, the low 23, pull up 50 cents, 73. There's the trigger candle. We had a pullback right here towards the 9. Could have taken entry there, and then basically we're running up to the whole dollar. Whole dollar hits in this candle right here. No such luck on AMD. So right now we've got a high at 74. We have a trigger at 24. We're having a pull down now. Trend reversal, if you want to call this morning a trend. I mean, it did try to pull up, but putting in some red candles. We'll see what happens here. Just take a look at the SPY and see what it looks like. Ooh, it is getting hammered. So almost the same, almost looks like the same chart as AMD, huh? Again, I'm just going to go ahead and pause because I feel like this is going to be a long warning, so I just want to conserve the video time. So I'm just going to pause until we, get back down into this level a little bit. So here's an interesting move. This white line is the pre-market low. Look how it came down, hit support there, right there, and bounced off perfect. just always ideas for a different strategy. I mean, you know, that was a 31. The thing bounced, you know, 7 cents. It's not really. I mean, it's a scalp for sure, but you know, it's just interesting to watch. Well, maybe we'll put in a trigger here. The other thing is we're getting a little bit of strength in the 9 and 20. Currently 2 cents from being 20 cents apart. Here we go with this again. All right, our entry was there because we had the strength. We had a 20-cent pullback or 20-cent separation on the 9 and 20. So that's the only reason we consider getting in before our trigger point. Stopped out for $90 red day. That's okay. You know, we traded the strategy, we traded the plan. That's all that really matters. Looks like it's trying to make a move up to the 20 there. Came right down to our trigger point and bounced. Excuse me. Question is this a true bull? Are the bulls taking control here? Or is this just a little squeeze that's going on? So we jumped in for a second trade, pulled up to the 20, coming back to the 9, see if we can't get some movement down to the downside. Now let me just have a big push up. And down 177 for the morning. Shouldn't have taken that second trade, but you know, it's it looked like it wanted to pull back down, so I'm gonna pause. We're just gonna see what happens here. So I think that's gonna do. We hit a nice pull up there. It's pulling back. It's just not. It's you know, probably over traded by taking that second trade anyway. So we're gonna chalk it up. It's going in the books. Negative 177. 2 more days left in December. We'll see what happens. Hope you guys are in the green and have a great day.